option for position control and compromise mixes between draft and position control on mounted and semi-mounted implements. Right, situations that we find with tractors and implements. First one, non-homogeneous soil. If the soil conditions vary within the field, operating the implement with depth control will result in constant depth. But the fluctuating implement forces, if the tractor is operated in draft control, and then the draft force applied to the tractor should remain constant. But the implement depth and hence the soil tillage depth will vary. I think effectively saying if you're in position control, we should maintain constant depth. Not completely true, because weight transfer may increase the load on particularly rear tyres, and therefore that will change the height of the tractor, and that in itself may change the depth. In draft control, the implement will be moving up and down as you go through hard and soft soil, which will also generate some weight transfer and possibly some vibration, which is the third one of these. Ground surface profile. If we're going over an uneven surface, an uneven surface will cause the implement depth to vary as the tractor follows the ground contour. If the implement is mounted well behind the tractor wheelbase, any pitch motion of the tractor as it follows the ground could be increased. At the implement, both depth and draft control will help to relay the situation. Try to keep the implement depth and draft force constant irrespective of the movements of the tractor. With large modern implements hanging out the back of the tractor several metres, then obviously there's more of a problem. With a particular cultivator we saw on the tractor at the beginning, the implement is actually mounted very close to the back of the tractor, and so hanging out about 1.5 metres, and therefore that tends to reduce the variation. So depending where the centroids of forces are, then that may be a bigger or less of a problem. And the last one is the ride dynamics. Dynamic fluctuation in pitch and bounce as the tractor bounces on flexible tyres, and if you keep with the implement being lifted in and out of the ground, then weight transfer will change tyre deflection, and that will then start generating vibration. If you with high loads on the tyres, frequencies are quite low, and therefore it is possible to get natural frequencies. The response of the tractor implement system to these dynamic inputs is rather less well understood than those in soil homogeneity and ground surface profiles.